Headshot photographers, AI is about to eat your lunch. The other day, my friend sent me an ad for an AI headshot service, and the images look more realistic than they did even just like 3 months ago. This means that within a year or so, AI headshots are going to be indistinguishable from real ones, and this is a serious problem for those of us who make our living as headshot photographers. The AI headshots that I see in this ad look much better than some of the real headshots that I see floating around Facebook groups and on Instagram that are taken by professional headshot photographers. So this is a real problem, especially if you're one of those photographers who's creating work that's just okay or just average. So what do we do about it? And is all hope lost? Well, I'm a never give up, never surrender kind of guy, so I'm not going to throw in the towel just yet. However, now is the time for us who are headshot and portrait photographers to start making moves to insulate ourselves from the upcoming AI apocalypse as best as we know how. So in that spirit, I want to give you 5 tips that will help you to AI-proof your headshot business. Tip number 1, create work that stands out and gives people a reason to hire you. One of the main issues with headshot photography today is that so many people are making the exact same kinds of headshots. They're using the same lighting, they're using the same poses, they're using the same equipment, and so on and so on. And their work is sort of indistinguishable one from another, and much of it is just average, and it's certainly not something that's memorable. So if this is you, most likely, unfortunately, you're going to be one of the first people absorbed by the AI matrix because your images are nothing more than a commodity. In other words, a basic product that's interchangeable with a host of other similar products. So my advice to you is to simply level up your work and create images that are so compelling and so special that people can't help but hire you. Turn your commodity into a non-commodity and a non-negotiable for your clients because only you can create it. So remember that AI is nothing more than an amalgam of work that real humans have created. And the algorithm has zero creativity of its own outside of just regurgitating the millions of photos that it's been fed. And the thing that separates you not only from AI, but also from every other photographer on the planet is that you are a genuinely unique being. No one can do what you do. So it's time for you to lean into your own unique creativity and work hard to find and create your own style. Tip number 2, emphasize the human experience. Every day we're losing more and more of our humanity, whether it's self-checkout machines, online shopping, social media. I mean, we're just being cut off from each other in so many ways and so profoundly that I don't think we'll understand the impact until years to come. Genuine connections are replaced by likes, comments, and shares, but people are absolutely longing to connect with each other in a real way. I've noticed that when my clients leave me a review, they talk much more about their experience working with me than they do about the photos themselves. And this always reminds me that there is no substitute for the human experience. And if you can provide your clients with an awesome experience when they visit your studio or when you visit them on location at their office, you're going to stand out from those who offer very little in the way of just being kind, friendly, compassionate, professional, and genuine. And it's going to be a long time, I think, before we have interactive humanoid bots with emotion chips. So this is a tremendous area where AI just can't touch us, and it's up to you to cultivate an experience for your clients that makes them leave your studio feeling great about themselves and wanting to tell every one of their friends and family about the experience. So I reached out to my friend Dan Wynn, one of the best headshot photographers in Boston and in the entire world. And Dan gave me a great summary of this entire part of this video. So I just want to quote him here. Above all else, treat people as they are human beings. We are not a corporation trying to appeal to the masses as they are trying to be more human and more personal. We are humans first, photographers second, business owners third. If you do it all seamlessly, we'll get this wonderful thing called getting paid for our services. And I think Dan sums it up perfectly there. Tip number 3, find a niche within the niche. So headshot photography is, of course, a niche within photography. But as AI erodes the generic corporate headshot market, I think it's up to us as photographers to find a niche within our niche. I'm not saying this is easy to do, but I am saying it is possible. So for me personally, as a musician, it was a fairly easy move for me to start to incorporate musician portraits into my photography business, since it was already something I was very passionate about, and I already had a bunch of connections in this other industry as well. Finding musicians and artist clients has not only made my work better, but it's made it more fulfilling, and it's helped to insulate me against slowdowns in business and the impending headshot Armageddon. Here's another example. One of my coaching group members is an avid car guy. So he decided that he wanted to make a project documenting classic cars and also portraits of their owners. And this turned into a large-scale, ongoing portrait project for him that includes revenue not only through photo shoots, but also through printed materials as well. So do you have a hobby that inspires you? So I would start here and see how you can niche up your photography so that you become known as the go-to photographer for a particular industry. And you could do this with a corporate industry as well. The more specialized you are, the more AI-proof you're going to be too. Tip number 4, be the premium option. Another way to insulate yourself and to just flat out grow your business in general is to become the premium option in your market. This does not mean simply be the most expensive, especially if you're creating work that's just okay, because this is a very bad idea. So it's not at all what I'm saying. When I talk about being the premium option, I mean you being premium in everything you do for your clients, some of which I've already mentioned here, like creating work that's excellent and unique and that really stands out from the crowd, and also giving clients an experience that's head and shoulders above all your competition. Now, all of this is part of being a premium choice in your market, but besides this, it's also important to market yourself towards high quality clients and make it easy for them to find you. This can be done in so many ways, by connecting with certain businesses online, or marketing Google ads towards a certain industry or a certain area where your ideal client lives. It can even mean just reaching out to someone in an industry that you want to break into working with and offering them a test shoot, although this is something you must do very strategically in a number of ways. The point is, premium brands are going to outlast commodity brands, at least in the short term, and being the go-to choice for the high-end client is always a better business strategy than being the choice of those who want price over value. Tip number 5, diversify your income. This is something that everyone should be doing, and this is regardless of what industry you are in. The days of having a job and retiring are sadly gone for most people, and AI is something that many industries are dealing with, and this is just the beginning, unfortunately. So my last piece of advice for you is diversify yourself. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as the saying goes. You should have another business or 2 or 3, and although a side hustle is an excellent way to make more money, an online business that makes money while you sleep is even better. Now, I know this sounds almost like I'm about to give you a multi-level marketing scheme sales pitch here, but it's true, and there are lots of ways to make extra money online today. There are always going to be times where you have ups and times where you have downs if you have a business long term. So having multiple revenue streams is going to help weather the storms that are bound to come up, and that can be fatal to businesses that don't have a fallback plan. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. And again, my intent here is not to be doom and gloom and make us all freak out, but I do think we need to be very deliberate and intentional about how we plan and strategize going forward as portrait photographers. If you're struggling as a photographer yourself right now and you want to become better at your craft and grow your business, do check out my coaching group linked in the description below. It's simply called the Portrait Community, and in it, you can work directly with me to become a better photographer and a better business person, and even to grow a mindset for success. Now, if you have any suggestions for weathering the AI storm, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this whole issue. The last thing I'll say is, of course, no one knows the future, so only time will tell what's going to happen, but I don't think there's anything wrong with using any of the tips in this video just to become better at your craft, regardless of AI. So I'll leave it at that. Here's wishing you an awesome day. Go out and take some great pictures, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.